Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. Today is Freedom Friday Travel Talk with the Travel Bosses. We're going to share with you guys today. We're talking about an amazing topic that we are excited about sharing and discussing with all of you on today. But before we get into that, you already know we have to formally introduce ourselves, especially to those who are not aware of who we are. My name is Angela Stewart, also known as the Travel Plug. I am a wife, a mom of two beautiful teenage daughters, but I am also a full-time mom boss. I simply work from everywhere, anywhere, you guys, that there is a good connection. Honestly, as long as there's a strong Wi-Fi connection, I can work from my phone. I can even work from my laptop. Okay. And so that is the part that I love about being a part of this amazing business. But just so you guys can know a little bit about my background, I do have an extensive background in healthcare. And I still love healthcare. I love taking care of people. I love helping people. And so in this business, I'm still able to do that just a little bit differently. Don't have to be as hands-on, right? And so I want to pass it on over to you, Denise. Let us know a little bit about yourself.
Well, greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Deneen Thompson Akbarue. I am also a wife. I'm a full-time stay-at-home mother of three beautiful children. Although one of my children, he is 27, so he's not exactly a child anymore, but he's still my baby, right?
Yes.
So my oldest is 27, and my youngest is 10. Yep, y'all heard that age gap correctly. 27, 10. Baby girl is 14. The middle girl is 14. So I am a retired United States Air Force veteran. I served on active duty for more than 21 years. And since I retired, I had a few jobs in the federal government and in the county government, but now I am actively a travel agent business coach. And what that means is, yes, I book travel for myself and for others, but more importantly, I put folks in position to financial freedom by becoming their own travel business owner. And with that, Sean, have at it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rashonda Lynn Boyd. Everyone knows me as Sean. I'm global girl in the travel industry. I am the all-star mom of five, two adults and three teenagers. I have extensive background in mental health where I actually went in, it was home-based where I went into homes and actually taught life skills. And so, according to their diagnosis, and so with that being said, I became a travel business coach in 2018, and I coach and train others to do the same, how to live free and how to explore the world. Angela, sweetheart, back to you.
Absolutely, Sean, and thanks so much for sharing. You guys sharing your introduction with me as well as Deneen. I just love hearing about you guys, especially that all-star mom of five. I just love how she says that it never gets old to me. But today, again, you guys, we're going to talk a little bit about the benefits of traveling on Freedom Friday. We're going to talk about how the importance of exploring new places and how that can add or increase value to our lives. And so, for that first point, we're going to discuss how it actually expands cultural awareness. Okay, and you guys notice I am reading because I want to read off my notes so I can stay focused, because I'll go into some things, so I want to stay focused. Okay, and so I want to respect you all's time. Before we get into it, anybody who happens to be watching this live right now in real time, we would appreciate if you'll go ahead and take out the time to comment #live so that others can know and see that we are live and they can also tune in. We greatly appreciate that. But for many of you guys, you are actually going to catch this on replay, and we just ask that you as well would comment below #replay so that your friends, family, and others can see and learn about and know that the travel bosses are here daily educating you guys on travel. And so going right into it, again, we're discussing the benefits of travel and how exploring new places can be beneficial to you. And so to our first point today, we want to discuss a little bit about expanding your cultural awareness. Traveling to new places allows us to experience different cultures. We will also, in learning about different cultures, we get to learn about the various different traditions and their way of life. What would you guys like to add to that point, Deneen? I will start with you because I love to hear about your travel to places like Lagos. For those who aren't aware, in Nigeria, I love to hear about your travels over there because I can only imagine how much different and how rich the culture is and the difference in their way of life. So, what could you add to that point?
I can add so much, but for me, it wasn't that big of a difference is what I expected. But for my girls,
Mm-hmm.
it was a great learning experience for them, right? A lot of times American children only really experience life through an American lens. And
Mm-hmm.
so, my goal for my children is to make them, responsible world citizens. And I believe you can only do that, or the best way to do that is to actually expose them to the world. So when they were exposed to Nigeria, they saw that Africa is actually beautiful, right? They saw that the people in Africa, or in Nigeria specifically, they value family. It's a common thread for us in the
Mm-hmm.
US as well, right? They learned about the foods and particularly the spices, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were able to experience open air markets, which we
Mm-hmm.
don't really, when I say open air, I mean like chickens in a thing about to be slaughtered, or pigs or whatever, that they blood splash. They saw a lot of things that they would not normally see
Mm-hmm.
in the US. Um, they saw children in uniform going to school, much like children in uniform in the US going to school,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they saw a lot of things that were similar, but it helped to dispel some of the things that they thought it would look like on the continent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that was great for them because they couldn't get that from a book. They couldn't get
Absolutely.
that even from looking at YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally different when you feel, taste, and smell an environment and the culture. You get to feel the
Mm-hmm.
textures of everything. It's totally different when you do it that way. So for that purpose, I think everybody, not just children, should go to a different environment and be more than just a tourist, be a traveler. A tourist just want to go and experience the all-inclusive, just that stuff right there. A traveler wants to talk to the people there, right? A traveler wants to perhaps catch public transportation and see how people work in that environment, right? A traveler wants to talk to people and really know what it's like to live in
Mm-hmm.
that place, even if it's for a small time. So I encourage my children and everybody else, yes, travel, but make sure you get to experience the environment, the people, the culture. And I would not be Deneen if I didn't say the food. I literally eat my way through everywhere I go.
I know that's real. Yes, ma'am. I too
Yes.
am a foodie. And Sean, you've been to Dubai. Can you share a bit with us about that experience and why you also believe or support that how culturalization and learning about the various cultures and their way of life is important when you travel?
Um, Thank you, Angela. I want to say that when we explore and experience the culture, I would definitely say get you a tour guide that will take you through the history, that will allow you to experience the culture, that will allow you to talk to the locals.
Mm-hmm.
The tour guides set up different places that they actually take you
Mm-hmm.
in their country, so you get to experience the food, you get to experience the spices, you get to experience their belief, religion, all of that. I feel like is very important. So when you travel to these countries, in no way by any means, do you plan to be disrespectful. So
Mm-hmm.
number one, making sure you understand the culture before you even go. So
Right.
some of the things that I actually do, I go to Pinterest. I say I'm going to Dubai. What's the attire? I make sure I don't go during Ramadan because I don't want to be covered up the entire time that I'm there. So
Yes.
that's very important to know how long Ramadan lasts. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? And so um, Pinterest is my guide. I may not dress all the way like Pinterest, but it gives me an idea of how and what type of clothing I need to wear in these countries. Because when bloggers and other experts put these things out there, they're putting them out there so you could have the knowledge. They're putting them out there so you could have some form of safety. And so that's what I like. Angela, back to you.
Yes, Sean, thank you for that. That's very true. To our listeners, our viewers that are watching, this is very important. This is a very important note to take when traveling, especially international travel. It is imperative that you are aware of the customs, the laws, and how it is that they function in that region, because you by no means want to go over there and be accused of being offensive or disrespectful in any way and potentially find yourself jailed there because of something that is okay to do over here in the US is not at all permitted or acceptable over there. You had a point you wanted to add, Denise?
On just that. So in Nigeria, you know how we can wear camouflage and stuff here? You cannot wear camouflage anything there, right? That is strictly for
The
their
military.
military and or police. You know, like we have little cute little camouflage shorts or even a camouflage bathing suit. No, ma'am,
Right.
don't you
No,
don't you go over
don't
there
you
and do
do
that.
that.
Yeah, so it's important. That's just to your point. It's important.
Exactly. Stick a pin there, you guys. Like, you want to note that that is something that you want to definitely be aware of. So when you're planning your next trip, and again, that to that point, that's also why it's necessary to partner with a travel professional when booking, especially your international travel, because we make you aware of things like that. We help prevent you from going over there and potentially finding yourself in a situation where, legally you could have an issue. So that could keep you from coming back home on time. Amen. So we're going to move on to point number 2. It improves your mental health. Kind of goes without saying, you would think, but many people are not taking advantage of taking that personal time off and going somewhere, anywhere, so that it can improve your mental health. Traveling has been shown to have a positive impact on mental health by reducing your stress, improving your mood, providing opportunities for relaxation and rejuvenation. I just want to say for myself, like I said, I'm not much of a napping individual on the regular. For one, I'm not one that's easy to shut down my body, my mind during the day with the sun up and the world moving so much around me. It's like my body knows that. It's like we're supposed to be up. So even if I'm tired, it's really hard for me to take a nap, right? But on vacation, let me tell you what, sis gonna take a nap. Amen.
Yeah,
That's on the
several.
itinerary, is what you didn't know. Nap time is on the, it is a must. It's like shopping, nap time. You know what I mean? Wake up just in time to get refreshed, get cute, go to dinner, and go out. That is what I like to do when I travel. Amen. A good nap. So I could definitely attest to the fact that it improves your mood. I mean, I went back to work with a little skip and a bounce when I used to work for somebody, and I come back from vacation. It feels like the job is just a little bit more tolerable. The people, your co-workers that might commonly get on your nerves. Usually when you come back from vacation, you to hit that reset, you can deal with them just a little bit more. You're a little bit more patient. You're not as annoyed, and when they talk, amen, or whatever it may be. That's what vacation
They
seems to do for
they
you.
breathing too loud.
Yes. Anything your boss talking about it, that you like. But when you come back from vacation, you be like, with a smile. What is it?
Good morning.
I can help with that. You come in with donuts for everybody. It's just, you feel good when you hit that reset. It is nothing like traveling, because oftentimes too, when you travel, outside of using your phone for pictures and taking videos and things like that, you disconnect for the most part from the world. And that seems to be like the only time we as adults will really find ourselves disconnecting from the world. So to that point, I want to start with the lovely Miss Shawn. I want you to speak to, what does that look like for you, hitting that reset button? And plus, you have a background in mental health, so I know you can really speak to the importance of traveling to work on or build that mental health.
Yeah, so girl, traveling and mental health, baby. It gets your mind right. It's my happy place. I have really, really, really discovered myself in this industry and in this business because, you know, I was traveling, but to realize that I have access to so much, and now traveling for wellness retreats, it's so refreshing that you could leave home, detox from all your cares. It's funny how when you get on that air on your flight, it's like everything that was plaguing you, like, girl, I'm just gonna leave this. I'm not taking this with me.
At all.
I'm not going to be stressed about this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have a good time. And if it deemed necessary, I'll pick it back up when I get home.
Yep.
And I'll be able to handle it in the most pleasant way. But most of all, just being able to, girl, be free and liberated.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that all restraints are just gone,
Mm-hmm.
it frees your mind, it frees your soul, it calls you to embody something else. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it gives you all of your life back if
It
you
does.
want it.
It does.
So I make sure I take all my life back, and when I come back, I, I'm on to the next.
On to the next.
Facts. Facts. Denise, what would you like to add to how travel has boosted your mental health?
Well, let me just start off saying that I don't know if you guys have read it or heard it, but Americans are we take the least amount of time off anybody in the globe. Most
Right.
cultures believe in decompressing and
Mm-hmm.
de-stressing, but if it was 8 days in a week, we would work 8 days in a week, right?
Right.
But this
Mhm.
is why traveling and mental health is important, because I think travel can provide us as Americans and the people in general a much needed break from their everyday life, right? And you need that valve. You need to release that pressure and that stress, right? I was laughing when you was talking about napping, because what's funny is when I go to Nigeria, my husband's like, you don't never sleep like this in America, baby. Like you just said, nap is on the agenda, and I sleep good. Do you
It's
understand?
essential when you're on vacation, isn't it?
When I take pictures, they're like, oh, your skin looks so amazing because I'm rested.
Yeah.
I sleep well when I'm here. Everybody think it's him. It's me going to sleep. I sleep
Yes.
well. I don't
Mhm.
like hours and hours and hours.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
And
My
then
that brings
also,
me. Oh, I'm sorry. No.
I would just say that the water, the ocean is my happy place, right?
Mine's too.
It
Mine's
is
too.
whenever I am near water, and then that could be the ocean. I prefer the ocean, but it could be
Right.
the ocean, it could be a lake, it could be a
Mhm.
pool. As long as I can hear waves and water, it does something for me. And I've been this way since I was a kid. I didn't know then that the water actually calms you and soothes you, but it has always been my happy place. So I think that everybody should take a time out at least twice, at a minimum twice a year, and go stand, sit near, walk near a body of water.
Absolutely. My husband and I tend to book resorts that's oceanfront properties and sleep with your balcony doors open the entire stay. We sleep with the balcony doors open because it blesses my spirit, my soul. So good to hear the ocean and wake up to that fresh ocean smell. It's a salty smell, but it's like none other. I appreciate it, and it does wonders for
Okay.
my spirit. It really uplifts. Hey, that's how we do over here. We love family. We love it. Amen. That's the baby that's about to graduate, huh? Mm,
Yes.
awesome. But definitely, Deneen, I'm right there with you. The ocean, I give my entire life on
And I think I
vacation. Just
passed that down to my children,
hmm
because like my girls, they have been jumping off the diving board since they was 2, right? Maybe 18 months. They were in pull-ups jumping off the diving board. So they love all things water, right?
right.
So I think I passed that on, but it's a good thing to pass on, I think.
I think so as well. My daughter, she tends to sleep with the sounds of the water in the
Yes.
background on YouTube, and so she gets that from me. Amen. I could sleep
Yes.
to rain sounds, storm sounds too. If it don't rain fast enough out here, that's what I have to do because it helps me. It really increases a deep, good, restful sleep for me. I'm going to go to the next point, and our next point I'm going to touch on is encourages personal growth. Travel encourages your personal growth. How so? It often requires you to step outside of your comfort zone. And you're also finding yourself facing new challenges because you may end up finding yourself traveling somewhere where English is not the first language. And that is an opportunity for you as a traveler is to kind of, explore. Don't be out there the whole time, y'all, not trying to learn these people language. You want to learn their language to better communicate with them as best as possible, preferably before you travel there because you've already done your due diligence and you know what is the number one spoken language or the primary language there. And although they have people there that is going to speak our language, speak English to communicate with you, it is just still a good idea to at least learn how to say some basic things in their language so that you can communicate with the locals. What do you guys have to add to that point? Starting with you, Miss Deneen.
Can y'all see me? My computer is doing something funky. Can you see me?
Yes, we
Okay.
can.
I think the keywords is important, right? Everywhere I
Mhm.
go, I learn keywords on purpose. I do research beforehand on purpose.
Yeah.
But I also thinking as far as learning is, it helps to break down barriers
Mm-hmm.
or misconceptions on what people think. And again, because it is fresh on me, I'm going to go back to Nigeria, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, when folks found out that I was going to go to Nigeria, they were like, "Oh, don't get kidnapped," and "Oh, they eat women," and just all kind of crazy stuff, right?
Not
When I
they eat women, Lord.
girl, like when I tell you, oh, the other one is don't get eaten up by a lion, and just all when I'm not if I'm lying, I'm flying, just all kind of crazy stuff. And I was like, y'all know we have overcome, right? We can read. It's okay to read,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Not just what you saw on TV 105 years ago. It's okay to
Mm-hmm.
read right now, right? So I just think that we break barriers and open the level of understanding when we travel other places, right? Again, my children learned a lot when they were over there. We took them to the point of no return.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, the Nigerian or the West African slaves that left from there, because there was more than one point of no
Right.
return. Most
Of
people know about
course.
the one in Ghana, right? But there were several other points of no returns in other countries, right? The girls didn't know that, right? They know that now. And so I think that when you travel, it gives you an invaluable tool of personal growth, right?
Mm-hmm.
You not to say that our educational system is a bad system or but it is lacking in some things, right? And I think that's where parenting comes in. You teach your children or show them that no, people are people wherever they go. People want to be they're good people wherever you go. There's good things to experience wherever you go. And I say children because I'm flabbergasted that some adults are still thinking that I'm going to get eaten by a lion if I go to Nigeria, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think that when you travel, it opens up your mind and it breaks down barriers. Just so happen in that country, you can speak English. Now, is there a pigeon and an accent and all that? Yeah, but you can catch certain words like, oh, okay, I understand what you're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you learn how to watch people's body languages, watch how
Mm-hmm.
they talked with each other, watch the tone and inflection. You learn all those things by watching, but you couldn't do that from Netflix. You couldn't do that from YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
right? You only get to do that from being out in the world. And then the same thing when I went to Dubai, I had a great time in Dubai. I had a great time in Qatar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or they say Qatar. We say Qatar, they say Qatar. Right?
Right. Yes.
I'm sorry, I just had a message that threw me off. My computer is like, I'm glad y'all can't see it. It's
No, we
flipping.
can. We can see you really
Yeah.
good. So,
Good.
Sean, what would you like to add? Oh, I have 10 minutes, you guys, to wrap this up.
That's fine.
Hmm. So, Sean, what would you like to add to that point about travel encouraging our personal growth as well?
I would just say, like Deneen said, I'm not gonna go over everything that she said, but having open imagery is very important. It expands your imagination. It also allows you to, you know, it gives you a different perspective on life.
Right.
And it caused you to think bigger,
Mm-hmm.
think more. And I believe through your travels, it hops on you and cause you to want to impact, cause you to want to share, because it is such a lucrative industry that there's no leaps and no bounds to travel and all that you can learn. You will be forever learning.
Yes, absolutely. And I totally agree with that. And so, you guys, just to recap for those who may just be tuning in. So, what we've touched on today, we've touched on how travel actually makes our life better, how it improves our overall awareness of everything around us, right? And so, our first point was it makes us much more culturally aware. It also improves our mental health, and we also discussed how it increases our personal growth. And so those are three major points that we just want to leave you guys with today on Freedom Friday. We also want to say to you guys again, we're all travel bosses, right? So with that being said, we all coach and train a team of agents, just helping them be successful in this travel industry, helping them better understand their options, their entrepreneur options, right? You can travel better, you could travel more for less. You don't ever have to pay full price for travel again. Say ever pay
Ever.
full price for travel again. So if anything that we've said today interest sparked an interest in you and you wanted to learn how you can get your own travel business started today, we want to direct you right on over to travelagentworkshop.com. Again, that site is travelagentworkshop.com. You can enter one of three sponsor codes. You may enter if you like something that I said in particular. Again, my name is Angela Stewart, and I'm also known as the Travel Plug. My sponsor code that you would reference is Astewart5K. Deneen, may you please tell the people what is your sponsor code?
My sponsor code is Blissful Travel, one word.
Awesome. And Sean?
Global Girl 3.
Excellent, excellent. And so again, you're going to go on over to travelagentworkshop.com. You're going to enter one of three of those reference codes. When you enter that code, you're going to receive an email directly to your inbox. Please be sure to check all folders. It can go directly to your inbox, or it can go to your promotions or your spam folder. Deneen, you wanted to add?
I was just helping with Sean. I was about to say. Also, sponsor ID code Travel Diosa.
Travel Diosa. My apologies. We are missing one travel boss because guess what? She still works a plan A, you guys. So if you was wondering or thinking for a moment, well, I still work a full-time job, child. I can't do that. Well, guess what? You can, because one of the travel bosses, she is still working her plan B while building her plan B, working her plan A, my apologies, while she's building her plan B on the side, which is the best way to do it. And there are many successful people in this industry that is still working their plan A. There are many people who actually love their plan A as well as enjoy building their plan B on the side. So we totally encourage that here. And so again, you guys go to travelagentworkshop.com. You're going to enter one of four codes, Astewart5K, which is all one word as well. You may enter for Deneen, Blissful Travel, which is all one word. You may enter for Miss Sean, Global Girl 3, and for Miss Kelly Mandolph, who is not with us, but always with us in spirit. You may enter the Travel Diosa, all one word. And listen, get access today to this workshop. Get the information. Don't sit on the information, you guys. Make a decision and get started. You get to test drive this business for a full 30 days and decide whether or not this business is for you. Before you can also get every bit of your coins back if in 30 days you decide this is not for you. And so we look forward to seeing you guys next week. We'll actually be here on Sunday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, 1 p.m. Pacific Time, and 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Travel Bosses will be here with something fresh, with the hottest, latest, current news, travel tips, and deals for you. So we'll see you guys then. Anybody want to end this? Let's take us out, take us home?
Make sure you get on the money making and the saving side of travel.
Yes, indeed. We can't
Bye.
wait to welcome you. Until next time, you guys take care of yourself and each other.
Bye.
Bye.